Alright, everybody. I had a little problem with my reel. Granted, this is a couple years old, but it's still a good reel. It's got a 10 bearing ball bearing system. I apologize. And this thing gets a lot of abuse between saltwater, freshwater, and catching a lot of fish. So I'm going to show you a little trick. I don't have any reel oil, so I'm going to show you a little trick here. First, you take your line, and you have a clip right there. The camera person can get a very good... Can you see that? This piece right here will hold your line back, preventing the line from coming off the reel. Just simply open your bail and take your drag to where your cap will come off. Most rods this takes forever. So, let's turn this off. And then your line will simply come off. Set this somewhere where you're not going to knock it over or lose it, which I don't know what a good place for that one would be. There you go. Alright, now inside, you're going to notice, let me get closer to the camera here. Inside this here, you're going to see a little dotted hole. It's usually about right here. Got that?
Yeah.
Alright, now inside of there is all the gearing that is underneath that, spinning and stuff. If you notice, this is barely turning. It's because it's out of oil. Just like a motor, it needs oil to keep everything lubricated and working. So what we're going to do is we're going to lube it back up. Now, like I stated earlier, I don't have... Hello, puppies! I don't have any reel oil, so just, you know, go to your kitchen. Hopefully your wives or girlfriends have this. Most of them pretty much will. Weston's cooking oil. I'm going to open it up. My girl's going to kill me. This is brand new. Anyway, you're going to find one of these little pin in the neck caps, and you're going to simply just pull it off. Pour it into the cap. Now, you know, like I said, you only need a little bit. Too much isn't bad, but then it causes a mess. You're going to lift the reel straight up. Hopefully. Yeah, like that. Anyway. Now, like I said, that line holder will hold your line. You're going to lift the rod straight up, and you're just going to simply pour it in. Just like that. And it's going to get to that hole that we had showed you about earlier. Now, the best thing about the hole is that it will, it'll drain all that oil into the reel. As you can tell, it's already starting to work. Just lean the reel to where all the oil goes inside of it. And just sit there and, you know, work that oil in. Every once in a while stop so the oil can get back to the hole. Take your finger, check that hole, make sure it's clean. Just flick the rest of that off. Lean it again. Sit it right over the top of that hole. That's all you got to do. Now, when your spool bar is highest that it can go, take some of that oil and rub it on that bar, just like this. Now, don't be a girly man about it. You know, put some oil on there. Your fingers are gonna get dirty, but guess what? That's what pants were made for. And then spin that reel again. More oil that's down there. Look at that. See? It's starting to do it by itself now. Look. Because these reels, they take a lot of abuse between sand, anything. So, like I said, look at it. You know, don't be scared. Use that reel. And just when you think it's working fine, you're going to have to get the excess oil off, as you can tell. It's going to come off, it's going to drip right there. Take your finger, move that oil off. Alright? Oh, my lure done got caught up. I got me a Mickey Mouse chair. Take your lure, or your reel, and just spin it. Now look at there. That I am not touching that reel. And let me show you already. That is not, nobody's touching the reel at all. And as I stated earlier, the reel was seized. It's just like an engine. This This reel is a very expensive reel. It needs oil. It's just like a motor. It's got the gears inside of it. The only thing it doesn't have is an exhaust pipe or a very good person to hold the spool. Alright, now once you've got all that back together, it doesn't affect your line, except for you do have to open the bail. Slide your reel back down. Watch out for the doggies because they'll chew your reel. Slide that line bait tensioner back over the top. Open your bail, take your line off the lock, tensioner, a little bit looser, I'm not sure. And like we had stated in our very first video, go to your pool. The camera person would generally follow me. I will show y'all that this stuff works. Now Crisco, Williston's, any kind of oil is preferably fine. Don't go gaga and like fill your reel up and think, oh well, it'll last you a couple years because actually it'll just burn your reel up. Now look at that. That's nobody touching that reel. And I told you, like it was saying, it's seized up. Go out in your yard, pond, pool, whatever, make a couple casts. Actually, they're starting to cast back. Reel it in. Look at there, see? This reel will last you another good year, maybe, depending on what you're fishing for. If you're catching some monster fish, then I don't know about how long this will last you. But that's my tip for the day. I'm Joseph, and this is Pond Hoppers.